Good evening, good evening, good evening. How everybody doing today? I want to welcome everybody to the Next Player Investors. This is a good show today, man. We're gonna have a good time. I got a little bit of technical difficulties right now, but we're gonna get everything started and get it back going, and we're gonna have a good show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Next Player Investors. Here at Next Place, we discuss all the categories of investing, such as real estate, stocks, businesses, and insurance. We're a group of investors with a common goal and a common mission to create generational wealth. We're here live every Sunday from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So take time to subscribe, like, and share the broadcast. Our replays are available on YouTube at Next Play Investors and on Instagram at Next Play Investors. So without further ado, let's get started. Today's show is going to be a little bit different. We got a good couple of actual of the members. They're actually out and about doing some fun stuff. They getting a little bit of stuff going, actually going. They out fishing, so some of the next Quay crew is not really here. We're gonna get everything kind of started. They probably gonna be checking in with us in a little bit. So let's take it easy and figure out exactly what's going on, and we're gonna be able to enjoy the evening. We're gonna talk a little bit about credit tonight. Got some stuff about the Bitcoin trust that I thought was interesting, and we're gonna kind of make sure everything is a okay. I'm gonna be running the pretty much show tonight, so it's basically gonna be pretty much me. We're gonna have our lovely Nicole Tubner. She's gonna actually come in and she's gonna actually talk a little bit about her credit card journey. So we're gonna kind of keep everything on up and up, and all we're gonna be well. Oh, excuse me, you know what I mean? Hey, Nicole, let's go over and join Nicole and see exactly what's going on. She's sitting over there waiting, and we want to make sure we get her all in on the show. You know, what's up, Nicole? Can you hear me? Unmute your mic, Nicole. All right, so Nicole is actually she can't hear. I think she having a little bit of technical difficulty, but the show must go on. So we definitely gonna get into it, and actually have a couple of things. I got one thing, so we're gonna go ahead and start with a success story. Sam sent, he's down in Florida, and that's part of the show, man. The guys down there taking it easy, enjoying themselves, doing whatever they choose and really pleased to do as far as like being able to do whatever is necessary. We definitely want to check in, but Sam wanted to make sure we got a chance to actually play his clip, where he's gonna be talking about his success for the week, and we definitely gonna get in and find out. So y'all stay tuned and listen up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, this is Slam and Sam from Next Play Investors, and I'm coming to you live from Bradenton, Florida, where me and some guys have been hanging out. And we, like we always do every Sunday, we want to give some people a success story of, stuff they're doing. And today,
Uh,
I'm gonna let you guys, know that my success story right now is I'm hanging out with a great group of guys. We're trying to do some fishing. We tried yesterday. The winds were high, but we were still out there. I mean, it was cold actually too in Florida, bro. And man, but we were still there trying to fish. I got a little clip of that. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see that. Um, but we still had fun, man, because of the brotherhood and stuff we had. We were just, around each other, and just talking, just being guys, man, just being able to be guys for a couple of days. When I say that, I mean no disrespect to females, but when guys are around guys, it's just a different element, and it does 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 good. And that's basically my success story, man. Being able to get away and hang out with the guys. So wanted to get that to you, get that out the way before I come to you live with my news segment, which is pretty good. I have two parts of my news segment. One is in the housing industry, where like we've been saying, that the what is it, the building industry is going to start taking a turn, and it's going to be a turn for the buyer. It's starting to swing, and I have proof, and I'm going to show you that proof. um, but that's on my news segment, and this is my success stories and stuff for this week. So I'll see you guys in a few. Slam and Sam out.
Oh man, enjoying myself, bro. Enjoying myself.
Oh man, so tell you. So guess what? You came right on time. You came right on time. You know why? Because it's time to hear your success story for the week. Can you hear me, Martina? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, I need you to tell me your success story for the week. Where you at? This is what, so since you popped right in the moment and you start talking on the TV, would you say, "Hey, tell me about the success story for the week, man? You came in hot."
My success story for the week is simple. Vacation, say it with me, vacation. Hey man, I grinded hard for a month straight. I'm relaxing this week, getting ready to put my business plan together, working on trying to challenge myself to push a little harder, get with my business partner so we can get back to work.
Totally understand, man.
And just being in Republic, chilling at night, just with my feet up,
Well, I mean,
then when it's window with.
I think that's good.
Hey, I'm even gonna go shoot some basketball tomorrow. Like I'm 21 still.
You sound like you feeling good, man.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling
I'm
good.
glad to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to hear that. So all right. So we got to go over. So Miss Nicole, what's your success story for the week? You know what I mean? You next. We
Is my background too noise? Let me know.
No, no, it's a little bit. To turn it down just a little bit for me.
Okay,
It-
these people over there get these spirits and they get a little.
Hey man, that's what's up. So what you in Santo Domingo or you in what you in Puerto Plata?
I'm just San Domingo, man.
Oh for real?
Right here on the ocean front, too, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I miss that old place over there. You know what I mean? I really.
Man, bro, mi casa, su casa, siempre.
Oh yeah,
Always.
yeah, man. Hey man, I'm listen.
That's right.
What that mean?
Born and raised in Atlanta.
What that mean?
That's right. That's right. Great. Grady is the greatest hospital in the world. So if it's the greatest hospital in the world and we were born there, what does that make us? Great.
Yeah, really. I mean, honestly, I don't tell you the truth. I don't know.
If you born somewhere else, you just horrible.
I mean, how is that possible? How is that possible?
Everybody's born somewhere. We're all God's children. We're all blessed and highly favored. Hey, so hey, we're gonna talk about the Black Wall Street Market in Atlanta.
Um,
Oh man, I can't wait to get back though.
well, I mean, it's one of them situations where I think it's a good thing. Um, like I said, I had made it. I don't know a whole lot about it except for the fact they built it. Me and my daughter was gonna try to go by and check it out yesterday, but she wasn't studying me. She was more worried about playing with her friend. You know? So
I I was just having that conversation with they like 10 and under. That is the best thing in the world. But once they get that age, you don't count no more.
yeah, you don't count no more. Yeah, it's
That's tell them about Hey, I'm watching the transition with my youngest daughter now. She about to blow. We have our little ice cream day. She about to blow me off sometime. But then, I really want to go play with my cousins, but I'm gonna go. I'm still going to Oh, yeah, you ain't gotta tell her. I got a freshman in high school. She already done made that transition. Yeah, just the bank card. Dad, I need this. That's when I get the card. Oh, hey, how you doing?
hey man, it's messed up though.
Okay, go ahead, go. Oh,
Well, I think that's a wonderful, great story. I mean, I'm proud that your credit going up. Um, we gonna actually do a couple of things because we can't legally in Georgia we can't actually advertise credit repair. So we can, it's a thing with Georgia law that you can't really advertise it, but you can always do it yourself. And we have a document that will help you out. So what we're gonna plan to do over the next couple of weeks, we're just gonna keep talking about it because one of the things is you can use having your credit right helps you with investment products because you can actually understand how to use your credit versus, you know what I mean, not be like using it for the wrong reason. So we want to talk about credit because we already kind of got to understand that we always gonna talk about investments, different investments, real estate, business, crypto. But it's a big thing to just continue to talk about all of it so that you become more financially literate. So that's why we're proud to have Nicole on here tonight to give. She's been going on a little bit of a great journey. I don't want to say a little bit because we don't want to marginalize anybody. Because every little bit of success we take as a group actually makes everybody, you know what I mean, continue to be good, and we can continually make sure we all working together as a group because that's the common goal to see everybody shine. So definitely, I'm proud of Nicole being able to talk about her journey and what all she's actually had to, how her time or what she found out. Oh, and we're gonna go from there. Hey, Sequester, how you doing?
What up,
Sequester.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's the definite thing that we're gonna do tonight. So we definitely want to be able to say, Nicole, we're gonna give you the
Mm-hmm.
floor. I'm gonna assist you because I have everything that we talked about. I have it already queued up. I'm gonna get you actually there so you can start talking and get ready to go. And we want to be able to know that Nicole. This is about Nicole, and we always want to make sure that we can share in not just the fellas but everybody. And like we made a call out, and Nicole has really stepped up, and Sequester has stepped up. Everybody stepped up because we want to make it a big presence as a group. So Nicole, are you ready to kind of explain about your journey? Because the floor is going to be yours right now. You ready?
Already, I didn't know it. Does Sequester want to share her? Did she have a
Oh,
success story?
I'm
And then
sorry.
you can share your success story.
Hey, Sequester.
Hey,
Try to
How
keep
you
it
doing?
organized.
great.
Well, the Sequester, what's your success story this week?
What's my success story this week?
Yeah, you came in. We're gonna put you right on the spot.
I know. Let me
Yeah.
think what I did. Oh, so this week Terry had she had a 5-day challenge. So she wanted really everybody to come on, either the new people and the old people. And she went over some stuff all week long. She did some different things. She just kind of went over some things, how the market is right now
Mhm.
and things like that. So I kind of listened to her. So I really didn't do a whole lot. I did get into Roku and then got right back out because it went past my stop. So it was like in and right out. So that's a negative. But it was all in the simulator, so it's okay. It's still learning.
You still
But
learning?
yeah, I'm not the type of jump that I'm doing in this class. We don't
Mhm.
buy one share. We
Yeah.
don't buy one share. So when I get in, I'm going in 25, 15, 10 shares at a time.
Mhm.
So I got to be prepared mentally before I go in because I mean we calculate what your loss is going to be. So
Mhm.
I knew I was going to lose $300 if that went south. I knew it already.
But see,
But
then
mentally, I have to prepare.
but the thing is, like you said, you're doing calculated risk. You're sitting down, looking at the numbers. You're studying how the actual stock moves. You're studying the information of what's actually happening, so you can actually understand the trades before you start trading. And the crazy part, a lot of people don't know, just that practice will actually make you a better trader because you start to understand how the emotions go. You start to understand what to look for, and it's great. That's why I say you came up. Like, I'm just amazed because when I hear your story every week, I'm just amazed because most people don't even know just practicing and not even playing with real money and get you like, oh, I can do this. Because once you hit a couple of practices, I think that's how I started off a long time ago. Like, and I was practicing, and then but now that's what I'm saying. Like, and I was like, man, I'm scared to lose this money. But then you like, darn, if I would have put my money up, I would have made money. And,
Right.
that's the feeling you get. So hey, man, I get it. I can't wait to hear more about it. I definitely can't wait to hear more about it.
So
Oh,
yeah, and this was her biggest class
mhm.
this month. She had 1,200 students join. So we had a bunch of people
Wow.
um, on the call that was pretty much brand new.
Ooh. So I'm pretty sure that was just a yeah. That's pretty fun. So when you gonna pull the trigger and go live? You gotta go
So
live.
yeah,
You gotta go live. We gotta get you. We gotta get you live.
I'm going. I'm going. I need to get I need to do about 10 shares of getting in and out. That'll be good.
Yeah, cause y'all got a whole system. Y'all got a whole system that y'all do. I can't wait. I hope one day we'll talk. We can share it. But y'all got because y'all trying to do a big moves every day.
Right. Yeah. We,
Yeah.
we're not, we're not, we're swing traders, but we still, buy large volume.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
So yeah.
that's definitely. I can't. I like to hear something different and new. And it's just interesting. Hey, Nicole, cause you making noise. What's going on?
That was me. I'm sorry. I thought I was on mute. Awesome
Oh,
job. Awesome job, Sequester. I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I honestly thought I was on mute. My bad. What was I doing? making noise with my phone or something. I'm sorry.
Nah, all is well. You know what I mean? But yeah, Sequester, good job, good job, good job. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
You know, hey, I'm proud of all of us. We've been here for a whole year, almost. We about to do a celebration hopefully next month. But yeah, we've been here for a whole year, and it's been a great year for everybody. Look at Martina.
And somebody from the live said that the volume is low. So um
It's all good, Gilkhead. So I tell you what, it's time now. I mean, let me be fair. I didn't share my success story for the
Hey,
week. Mm,
we looking like that progressive commercial.
what you mean?
yeah,
How did progressive commercial go?
When everybody be on the little Zoom camera, just, "Hey, can you hear me?"
Hey man, but you know that's good. We got more volume going over there so people can hear more. All right. Let's keep it rolling. So, Mr. Cole, um, we definitely want to talk about the credit journey today. You've been going on it, and it's a great journey. Let's hear about what you learned. You know, I'm definitely want to let you go, and I know your first slide, your first part you sent me was the importance of risk. What did what did you really learn about the importance of risk?
the importance of credit risk. I learned that it is super, super imperative, you all. You have to check your credit score frequently. You have to look at those reports. And as you review your reports, just looking at all of your credit bureaus, because some creditors you may go in, and this particular lender may only deal with Experian, or this particular lender may only deal with TransUnion or Equifax. So it's so important to be able to look at your. It's like you're looking at data and just kind of seeing how, how am I going to move this up? How am I going to move this down? And so when you're reviewing those reports, your credit report, you want to see where you can make the improvements and where you can make the improvements quickly. Um, One thing, which is a key word, is simulated score. And I know we all are familiar with credit.com. You're familiar with Credit Karma, which are third parties. And with those third parties, when you're looking at the simulated score, so for example, you may have a 715. That could be your FICO score, that you know that it's a 715. But however, Credit Karma may say that you have a 700. So it just gives you the opportunity to kind of see where you are in the ballpark. So, but the thing is, with the simulated score, the lender, on the other hand, they may see the 715. So they may see the actual credit score, but it's nothing wrong with having. I've had Credit Karma. I've had those third parties where I would, just to be able to look at my credit score and to know what is it. And I think that's super important, that you know what is it, and then where are you in the ballpark. And so then you can start setting goals. Like for me, my goal is 800. And so I set that goal this year. And so the thing is, by the end of December of 2021, I want to be able to obtain that goal. So just go ahead.
I'm saying so when you found out, like to be truthful, like I didn't know. So tell me, so when you found out about the simulated score, did that make you the? How do you feel about that? Because a lot of people out here thinking that their court score from Credit Karma is just gonna really just be the score that they getting, and they watching their score go up all these points every month, and don't really even know that Credit Karma is kind of falsifying scores. I mean, because they don't tell you. They sell you all the products and tell you to check your credit and know your credit and all these things, and then you kind of just looking at a situation of that's not even your real credit score. That's a good one right there. So I think
And so
go ahead.
I'm sorry, let me add really quick. And so, and what got me is because, like I said earlier, I had Credit Karma. I had those third parties where I would be able to look at my credit score And so what got me in 2018 is when I went in to trade in another car, I went with the Credit Karma score because that was the score that I saw. Like I was like, oh, this is my score, which it was a good score. However, when the lender ran my credit score was a 792. It was completely off from what I was thinking. I thought I was doing a good job. I think it may have been like 720, something like that, 725. And that's a huge jump from 720, 725 to 792 when you get into the actual lender. And I think that was my experience score. So my Equifax was right around in the ballpark. It probably was like a 770 somewhere. And then TransUnion was somewhere because they take, when they divide them, they're going to take the median score. So I just, I know people like to rush and, just, oh, I gotta check this. I want to get on this site or whatever. It's just better to get your 3 free credit reports. And most banks, like with Navy Federal, one thing that they do, they show you your FICO score every month. And I know even with some of my credit cards, they show the FICO score too. So also check with your banks and to see if your banks are showing your FICO score. But the best thing to do is to get the FICO score from one of your credit reports or from all 3 bureaus because it's free once a year.
So what would you say was the one thing that you learned that was the most important, like about your bills?
Oh, so we're on number 2 on
Yeah,
our number 2 tip.
yeah. Number 2 tip.
Okay. We'll go number 2 tip. Paying your bills on time, all the time. I think for me, I think I shared with you all on my journey. I'm very transparent, very open. On my journey a couple of years ago, I told you all my income dropped $8,000. This was in 2010. I was in the process of purchasing my home. Um, I mean, we went into a recession. We went into a furlough with our school district. And at that time, for me, I'm just being extremely honest that the necessities were more important to me. And at that time, those credit cards were not a necessity to me. And I know that I ran up them bills and, I ran it up and I just was like, do you pay the Georgia Power bill or do you pay the Macy's bill? Do you pay your gas bill or do you pay your Capital One Visa? Which one is it, Nicole? And so for me, necessities, making sure that I had everything Nicole needed to have to live, to pay my mortgage. All of that was more important to me, my car note, all of those things. And so I just was like, I don't care about my credit. So, again, on my journey, it goes back and forth like a person trying to lose weight. Like you start at the top of the year, you set these goals. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then here comes life. And so when life comes, things happen and you just got to do what you have to do. And so, one thing on the journey that I have truly, truly learned, and I definitely agree wholeheartedly with this tip, is pay your bills on time and do it all the time. And so payment history is one of the biggest factors, you all, when lenders are trying to determine credit because they want to see your credit worthiness. They want to make sure, hey, is this the person I'm about to lend this money to, the borrower? Are they going to be able to pay this bill on time? Not say to pay the full amount of the bill, but to be able to pay the portion, whether it's the minimum payment, is it a little more over the minimum payment? Is this borrower able to pay bills, pay them on time, and not have missed payments? And so one thing, as I was kind of researching, because credit has just became a thing to me. I made a post today, and it's so unbelievable. I am such the person that I support and celebrate everybody, anybody. And I made a post before we started the live tonight. And just to see the number of people, the number of friends on my Facebook page dropping in posting their credit scores and just was saying, and making comments, Nicole, you've inspired us to work on this, because one thing that you have to know is working on your credit it's not easy, and it's definitely not easy when you're doing it by yourself. So one golden rule I want you all to take is only charge what you can afford. So if you get this $20,000 limit, don't go in the Gucci store and go crazy. And if it's $5,000 and you know that you don't have the $5,000 to cover that in December, then don't do it. So that means whatever you purchase on that card, you have to set it in your mind that if I purchase $5,000 in November, when December 13th come, I'm going to pay $5,000 on that account, or I'm going to pay as much as I can towards that bill. So I think
So
that's
you,
the biggest
so you,
thing.
so
Go
you,
ahead.
so one of the biggest things you learn is discipline. Discipline is made to change the way you can get what you want now with the card.
Absolutely.
It's more about discipline. It's not that you can't do it, but you're saying that discipline and only do it when you can.
Absolutely.
That's a great one. Okay, keep going.
So let's look at so the third tip is to manage your current debt. So, we're all, even the people on live, YouTube, even the people in Next Play, we all have debt. We all have debt. We're just gonna be honest. I remember sharing with the group. I did Dave Ramsey's program. I was all excited when I did that it was a couple of weeks, and I actually did it at church. And that's really, you all, what changed my life in 2018 is when I got on board with Dave Ramsey, and I was able to, I was like, because I was saying to myself, I can't do this. I can't get an emergency fund. I'm not going to be able to put that's the first thing he makes you do, to set aside $1,000 for your emergency fund. That is the first class with Dave Ramsey, and he talks about the emergency fund. And when I tell you, I was sitting in class like, look here, I was thinking about all the things that I do. I'm like, I do this, I do this. I mean, it just to think about it, my Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks bill could possibly be about $150 a month. Just thinking about all the stuff that you just do. And when he said $1,000, I was like, I don't know about $1,000, but it works. And to be able to have that emergency money, whether you're going to use it or not. So one thing is, when you're trying to manage your debt, you want to make sure that you keep your balances very low. You want to be able to keep them low, because keeping your balances low boosts up your credit score. So that's what I was sharing with the team earlier, is that I was able to boost up that credit score. And it was quick, because I just looked at my credit score today, and November 3rd was 4 days ago, and my credit score is where I need it to be right now. But that's because of the things that I'm doing. And so you just have to make sure, just like Franco said, that key word is to be disciplined, but just not being disciplined. You have to be consistent, and you just got to be consistent with whatever you do. So also keep your debt utilization as low as possible. But the big thing is your credit utilization. And so you may ask, Nicole, what is credit utilization? That is the percentage of the total credit that you're using. So for example, if I have a credit card and one of my credit cards is $10,000, I make sure that card stays under $1,000. So whatever purchases I make, if I make $1,000 worth of purchases, I'm going to make sure that I pay $1,000 when that bill is due. So say if that bill is due, let's just say on the 15th of the month, then I will, if it's $1,000, I may pay 500 or say 600. And then the next time that I get paid is on the 30th of the month. So then I will turn around and pay an additional 400. And so, and then one thing you will notice is that when you get ready to do your statement balance, it's going to say, it's no payment due at this time. So just to ensure that I don't build any interest. And then a tip is for me, that's why my credit score is moving quickly, because I keep the credit utilization at 10%. Now, what research states is that you should keep your credit utilization at 30%. Now, on one of my credit cards, I do keep it at 30%. However, if you are a consumer and your credit score is 750 or higher, the goal is to keep it at 10%. However, my goal is to get to 800 and to get to 800 by the end of the year. So for me, all my credit cards I operate them at a 10% credit utilization, because I'm moving it. So I'm moving that credit. The fourth tip is open a credit card. So if you don't have any credit, if you have credit, make sure that you open 2 or more cards, and then when you open these cards, make sure that you use your cards responsibly, that you're responsible, and that you practice discipline. So the tips there is apply for credit when you need it. Don't apply for credit because everybody else have a card and you just want to get this card. Apply for credit when you need it, and know how you're going to repay it. So when you're spending, you're out there swiping that credit card, remind yourself that that bill is going to be due in 30 days, and to make sure that you have the money to be able to cover that debt. And then last and finally, this is probably one of the most, out of all the 5 tips, this is probably the most important and dearest to me, is to be patient. Because I think that we want things to just happen overnight. We just want things to happen. You see things happening for other people, and you want it to happen quickly for you. So just be patient in your process. And again, I talked about this in January of 2021, and now we're in November of 2021, and I'm watching my credit score move drastically. It's moving because it's that patient and being patient with this process. And then as you're being patient, remember to continue to make your payments on time, and just remember, don't be a slave to the lender. That is Dave Ramsey's favorite word. So you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. Sure, silly.
Hello, next play. This is Slam and Sam coming to you live and direct from Bradenton once again. And this is the Lou News segment. I just wanted to give you guys a broad stroke of where we are and where we're staying a little bit real quick. Let me dip back here real quick and, you know, get to it. So, uh, so the news
Franco, I
segment
think
for
something is going
today
on with the volume
is basically
again.
the tale of two giants. That's what I would call it. So, here's the deal. Um, this labor shortage is taking an effect on everybody. And today, the shortages is between UPS and FedEx. FedEx on-time delivery rate has dropped to 85% because of the labor shortage.
We could, but it went back off. But I think like the people on the Facebook Live, they can hear.
FedEx to spend an extra $400.
Somebody just said they're hearing the video now.
Dollars in cost.
I think we just can't
You're
hear
probably
it.
asking why is it higher? Well, it's not because they have to pay them more. It's because that on the last leg of the journey, as far as the package delivery service goes, is that they want to hire contractors, and these contractors are costing them more money than it would normally be for them to pay their own employees who are unionized, but they just don't have the manpower to take that last leg, so they hire the contractors to go out there and do it. Like I said, and when you hire outside, those contractors, a lot of them, it's not really that important to them to get something there in time, as if you were an employee, an employee that has union benefits and stuff like that. But on the other flip side of the coin, UPS on-time delivery rating is up 10%, which gives them a higher success, I guess, delivery rating of 95%. This is entailed because UPS, believe it or not, has not lost a lot of their employees because of the higher pay grade, the package. They have better benefits than FedEx, and they've managed to hold on to their original employees. And this is actually helping UPS. Now, the reason why I want to bring you this story is because there's a play to be made in both these companies. Now, I'm not your fiduciary advisor, so please seek the advice of a professional before you invest anything. And also, hey, do your own research and invest and on your own. Basically, this is just entertainment purposes. And back to UPS, what I'm saying is that UPS basically probably stocks are going to go up. There's a play there if they hadn't gone up already, but they're going to run up. I mean, probably a couple bucks, maybe a play there for you if you can manage to invest something in that. And also on the other side, FedEx probably is going to take a dip because of this. And you always know you can buy on the dip. You buy low, sell high. So those are two plays. You can short UPS because they are high. What goes up must come down either way. So these are two plays that I will be looking at once I get back to see where they are. But you guys can do the homework right now and text me, let me know, or hit me up and let me know where they are. Do your little bit of homework for me, and I will be back in the saddle next Sunday. But nevertheless, I always have you guys in mind, and I definitely want to keep you guys in the loop as far as the news. And I know Franco is there, and he's going to do a great job, and we're going to try to check in and do what we can. But hey, y'all enjoy your life, man. Time is the one commodity that cannot be bought. Once it's gone, it's gone. Everything else can be replaced in life, but your time can't. This is Slam and Sam, and I'm out.
Sam doing good, and they out having fun, man. They supposed to be on the boat, man. And actually, I hate I didn't get a chance to go. I'm really sad about it. But daddy daughter time is always better than to go in and hang out with with the fellas. So yeah, that's definitely what's going on out there. They having a great time out, hanging out and whatever. Oh man, so for the we gonna tonight show, man. Cash flow is actually out on the boat, and we gonna catch his part later. So we probably get off a little bit earlier tonight, just because of the simple fact that we missing a segment out of the part. But we definitely want to make sure we get a couple of things going. My part for tonight is going to be different because we moving into making sure we can all use what we have with what we're learning, and I think that's the biggest issue is for everybody to use what we're learning. Last week, Stacy mentioned an item called Busy Kid, and I ain't gonna lie, he gonna know I'm gonna take credit for it because it is. I introduced him to Busy Kid and all the other fellas to Busy Kid, and I thought I want to introduce it to the people at Next Play and all the people out here because everybody has kids. I started with Busy Kid because my daughter, she's here half of the time she's with her mom, and I needed a way for her to have money, but I also needed to extend my reach to be able to teach her what I know. You know what I mean? As far as like about the stocks, about trading, saving money, because I learned it at a later age because it wasn't taught to me either. And I was forced to learn it because it was more of a necessity. I started reading books of Rich Dad Poor Dad and started learning how to do certain things. And it was like, okay, well, I have to be able to do it. And so I found this solution a couple of years ago, and I put my daughter on it, and it's called Busy Kid. And so Busy Kid is a platform for all the parents and people out there that have kids that it allows you to to encourage your kids to do a lot of positive things with financials. You're already going, one of the biggest things that solidified it for me was I already gonna give these kids some money. So why can't I make them do something for the money to prepare them for the world? And it was a blessing in disguise when I found Busy Kid because I could literally say you got to eat an apple and you get 50 cents, or you do 20 jumping jacks and you get $1. And you're paying kids, you take the trash out, you already gonna give them money, but it shows the structure of life and how everything actually supposed, kind of goes. And so, we talk about it because he was telling the situation last week about how we use Busy Kid as a group, because it also allows the kids to invest in stocks. So they have my daughter has a stock portfolio right now, with a couple of $100 in it, and she's only 11 years old. And what happens is the Busy Kid platform, um it's really interesting. You know what I mean? It's a really interesting platform because what happens is you set the chores and the different things you want the kids to do. It may be read a book for 20 minutes, and they check it off, and they have apps on their phone that allow you to be able to monitor, and they can actually pick and choose all the different things that they can do. You're basically in a situation where when they get paid on Friday, they got a set payday where they get paid. So it's all structured out where you set the chores, you decide you can create your own chores, whatever you want to do for your kids to be able to do around the house that you're already giving them money for, but you set it up as a structure to be able to say, hey, this is what you get paid for doing this. And they understand the money value of it. Then you go over when they get paid on Friday, they have a division in there where they have to automatically put a certain amount in savings, and they also get a certain amount in spending money. And so when they get that certain amount in spending money, that spending money goes on a debit card that they have to keep up with. And the cool part about it is, even if they don't have money and you want to put money on their card, all you have to do is go to the app, send the money, and it links to your bank account. Bam, it goes automatically on their card instantaneously. So you don't have to, it's so many benefits about it. Then you can stipulate charities that they want to give it to if they want to. My daughter, I've been getting her to learn stocks and how to do that because I want her to do, but there's so many platforms, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen. I'm gonna switch over and I'm gonna probably go off for a minute for the people on here, and so everybody can see it. But Busy Kid is there's a couple of platforms out there, um, but I chose Busy Kid because after doing my research, you know what I mean. Busy Kid was a really interesting thing for me. If you see right there in that circle right here in the middle, you see like spend, save, all of that, and you also see the stock portion there. So they actually got an account where they can actually load money. Family and friends can send them money directly to their actual account, and it's monitored. The parent has access to it on the actual on the actual cell phone, so they can kind of see the spending habits of their kids and keep up with it. You're giving, and so my thought was, my daughter doesn't live here. My son, they don't live here, and I needed to be able to give them money or be able to assist with them not being here, or and be able to teach them at the same time, because for different reasons, we all know that different things happen in life, and so they're out of we're in two separate homes, but I still needed to be able to show them things that I'm learning, to be able to, so that they can kind of prepare for it. I don't know. I can't depend on the school system or anybody else to teach them. I got to try to extend my arm as far as I can. And so that's why I say with Busy Kid, it gives you a lot of great things that you can actually pass on to kids that you're learning, and that way they can share into the fun. I mean, when we were kids, our parents didn't really know anything about stocks, investing, real estate. We wasn't even into that. So now with technology and the things with kids moving so fast now, you know what I mean? You got to kind of get them up to date, because we don't. The whole point is to get them away from being like our generation and to actually make them a better generation. And so what you'll see on the screen now, you know what I mean? Like I said, and these are all the things that I told you. Like I said, we a couple of guys in the group, we as a group, we've been using this for a while with our kids, because it evens out the playing field. It makes it easier to kind of get them to learn values, morals, and respect. And it also allows you to, kind of, like I say, show them a lot of different things. But this is what, like I said, this is one of the biggest features of it, is you can do chores, you can earn, set a weekly percentage to save, donate to charities, and invest. You know what I mean? And so and when the stock price moves, like when Tesla go, my daughter owns a lot of Tesla, because she wants a Tesla one day. That's her thing. She wants a. My daughter wants a Tesla, so she's like, hey, that, like when she's choosing, I'm talking to her about it, but she's at the stage where she's just buying stocks because she hears them, which is cool. In my head, the fact that she's willing to buy the stock just to be cool is like, oh, okay. And so, but she has Tesla, and Tesla is went up. So the little bit that she buy, because they're not giving you full shares of the actual um commodity. You're not getting full shares of it. What you're getting is they're getting like fractional shares. They've broken it down to kind of like how cryptocurrency is bought. So you get a chance to actually see that if they put $10 into Tesla, they're going to give them $10, the value of $10 worth. But that value still moves with the stock price. And that's what makes it so cool, because even if they only put $1.50 in there when they buy they stock, they're getting $1.50, but that $1.50 can actually move with the same price as the stock. It also falls with the same price as the stock. So they get a chance. They can open the app on their phone, and they can actually see the price of going up and down. They can, and it causes them to, when you stay on them and they kind of use it, it causes them to kind of pay attention. Okay, like Nike, they like, oh, why Nike? So it's going to make them inquisitive. Netflix, all these different companies that they're seeing, you're preparing them not to just be consumers, but to understand how the things that we talk about here on Next Play and amongst the group will actually be able to help generations. And you can start them really early, because you're already giving them money. You're already, in a situation where you're already providing these resources. So why not go ahead and actually give it to them? And this is one of the things that we learn, just as doing it, because we're trying to get some affiliation where we actually get paid. But right now it's more sharing and giving it to other people. one of the things a kid we do, they've already scientists and the government and other people in think tanks have already sat down and actually looked at is kids that don't learn about like financial literacy now early, they wind up having accumulated obsessive debt, misusing and abusing credit cards, inadequate or non-existent saving. And this is, the sad part is some of us are coming out of these situations because we didn't know at a later age in life. And so that's why we want to try to get kids on it, because think about it, like one of the things they found out is, you know, they're like the whole thing is they're going to increase bankruptcy filings, over dependence on government, no retirements and saving. So this is what's going to happen to them. They're going to go to continue the cycle that we all talk about in public that we're trying to break. So many people are like, hey, we're trying to break this, we're trying to break that. And we got to make it really, really understand and really seen of what's going on. And this is one of the things that we use for the kids, because you hear Stacy, you hear Sam talk about. I don't really to say a lot because this was the first time I kind of really brought the children in on my end. Um, you hear a lot of us talking about what we're doing with our kids and trying to implement with our kids, and it's sharing it because you can't take it with you. You can build all this stuff, you can build all this money up, you can build all this stuff up, but it's really to teach the next generation not to be in the same shoes, to be able to encourage other people to do better, to try to reach one, teach one, all these phrases that we hear saying all the time. Like, I can truly say as a group, man, like the people in this group that have been moving like that, trying to reach one, teach one, sharing and doing things between each other, and just talking even before we started to go live. So we've always, everybody learns from everybody. That's why we created the group, and we're going to continue to grow it, because the things we learn from experience, we need to share them. Other groups, other nationalities, other countrymen, other people all around the world are actually doing business and sharing information and utilizing it and passing it down to generations. And we as a people, we got to just learn these things, because everybody has different stages of knowledge. And this is one of the biggest things that I found out, was being able to take something this simple and teach my kid, and as well as why they spend my money, or you know what I mean, to spend the money of grandparents and everybody else. Like, well, at least you learn something out of it. I mean, and then if they, I think one time my daughter, she looked at her stock account and didn't realize it had went up like $30-$40, and she was like, why I go up? And I had to explain that, and it posed a question, because it opens the doors for a conversation that normally would seem awkward. You know what I mean? Kids won't really, and it's pretty much free. The product is like $8 a year, and you really just paying a maintenance fee. What they do is, with Busy Kid, they charge you for the transaction just like anybody else. It's like 35 cents to send money, a certain amount of money, and they charge you. So you wind up maybe spending, you need to send them $20. It might cost you like 45 cents, but it's you realize that you're already going to kind of be um giving them the money anyway. It's just making them more accountable. If they don't do no work, if they say they don't do any of the chores that week, they don't get any money and they don't have anything to buy. So that's the thing about Busy Kid, is what made it so cool. A lot of the people, saying, got a chance to talk about it and see it, and yeah, so it was a real good thing. Busy Kid is like one of the best. How can I say, like, things that I found to kind of help myself out with with my daughter. And that way I was able to see a lot of things and kind of get her on the track of, okay, learn a little bit about stock trading, learn a little bit about this, learn a little bit about that, and then all will be well. So, it's definitely one of those things of, I hope everybody got a chance to actually look at it and be able to understand what's going on. Um, so, and that's one of the things I wanted to share. The next thing that I found out that I want to share, man, this is a good one, because this one is real interesting. A lot of the people out there, I'm gonna bring this back over here, and I'm gonna take myself off for a second. But the ProShares Bitcoin ETF, um, this one's interesting. because this one, a lot of ETFs are made from stocks and actual tangible goods or financial, things that are backed by some. I'm kind of scared of this one, because I found out it's all futures. In the ETF, when you bet on futures, what futures are, and I want, it is just information to pass along. You can use it however you ever. I'm not your financial advisor. This is for educational purpose only. Investing in any kind involves risk. Please consult a financial advisor. You may not see my opinion, but this is the Bitcoin futures, BITO. It's not even connected to Bitcoin. After doing some research before I was actually trying to, look into buying, I figured out that this is definitely has nothing to do with Bitcoin. What they're doing with this is they're betting on the price of Bitcoin. They're not even like the whole thing with the ETF. They're not even betting to buy the Bitcoin. Most ETFs actually buy the company, buy the stock, buy the underlying. With this particular ETF, everybody's putting a lot of money into it, and it's more, they're betting on the price of Bitcoin. And this one, I would, kind of worry, because with this, you have to understand they're setting the price of Bitcoin too. Because at any point in time, when you realize that when you look at futures and options are pretty much the same. Futures and options have like so many similarities and a very few differences, but it's the same concept. It's the concept of futures are betting on the actual future price that actually go. So I'm gonna give you this one right here. I'm gonna switch it over. The example is a day trader in Bitcoin futures might purchase a futures contract agreeing to 1,000 coins of Bitcoin for 62,000 per coin for the front end month being July. Well, basically, what this means is the contract expires in July, and if anybody that ever traded options, they have contract lengths that you can go through and you can actually and expire. But none of the people with futures are really trying to get the actual unit. If they want to, they're just betting on the price. So when they bet when you look at futures, you're still doing options. If they're just betting on the price, if you got so much money, you can push the price down when you want to, because you don't want that, you want whichever way the futures are actually going. So it makes it a real crazy situation, because we know that Bitcoin is very volatile. It could just drop overnight and the price of the ETF can actually go down. And so that's where it gets into a little bit of a boggle, because you're looking at a situation where Bitcoin changes overnight, your ETF is very volatile. Once you see more federal regulations, it's a situation where I think this big Bitcoin ETF will be good. Right now, you know, looking at it like just the speculation on straight Bitcoin, we've seen the price change 3 times in this year. Imagine the ride that you're gonna have on the ETF. Everybody's in the hype about it. This is just my research. I mean, you can go look at it for yourself, which is from the same places that we share with you every week about where we find this stuff from. It's available to you. You know what I mean, and that's the biggest thing. It's not like it's a secret. But you should go really take a look at it and understand what they're talking about, because when it be in the future, it's an option, and the options are not even real ownership. So this is not even tied to Bitcoin to even really be a product that will you can use to market, even though in their marketing, oh yeah, this is how you can bet on Bitcoin to be safe. I even said it, and that's why I went and had to look at it in more depth, because I was like, wait a minute, yeah, they saying that, let's go do our own research, because I think that's the biggest thing that um we as a people don't do, is go do our own research. You know what I mean? They say it, but because we don't know, we don't do it. So now, in the point of this group and everything we're doing, we're trying to educate ourselves to find out what's really going on, from credit to real estate to stocks to mutual funds to trading to, I mean, business, everything else. Is like, okay, what's really going on? How can we, how can we actually make this happen, and how can we use the knowledge and pass it down to the next generation? So it's one of the greatest things in the world. Y'all take a look at the ProShares Bitcoin ETF. That's what they call it, the pro share strategy. And I think it, like I said, it'd be a good thing to take a look at it. And if you want to keep growing in it, I don't really see a need for it. I think that people have to understand that it's not a good look to actually buy that particular ETF right now because it's a little bit on the shaky side. I mean, give it a little time because that's the only thing you really got. Um, and other than that, we pretty much we coming back in. Um, y'all got to give me a second because I'm doing this by quickly and try to get everything taken care of for the day. So all is well. Da, 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 da. But other than that, man, that's all I pretty much got. I know it's a short day because we missing one person from the actual whole live. But that's definitely where we at tonight. We're gonna kind of cut it short. So what y'all playing for the weekend, ladies? I got y'all two here. I want to find out what y'all playing for the week. What y'all buying in? I can't hear y'all.
I'm sorry. Look, we're both on mute.
Uh,
You know what, Franco? I've got to. I need to sit down. I was looking at my portfolio because I'm up. So look, I'm just excited as your daughter. I was up like almost $40. So I just got to sit down. I heard some of the tips, little nuggets Sam was giving. So in his pre-record. So I just gotta, I'm gonna try this week to look back in my portfolio and kind of see what moves I'll make this week.
that's a good thing. I'm glad to know that you're gonna make a couple of moves and get everything. Sequest, I just need to know. I'm finna come back up in a second. I just need to know, like, sequester. You know what I mean? Like, when we gonna find out about these $5,000? Making $5,000 a month.
1,000
Oh
a
yeah,
day,
yeah,
a
that one
thousand
too.
dollars a day.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I want to find that one
And
out.
when we gonna get?
Yeah, I want to find that part out.
I'm working there. I'm getting there. I kind of just look. I go. We have a formula that we go through. So I go through our steps first. Once I take down what stocks are interesting or I'm going to look at,
Mm-hmm.
I go through our criteria and I look and see, if it applies, and I'll look and see if I can get in, and I'll set what I'm going to. If it's close, I'll set it so it can, I can get in at a later date, or I just kind of watch it. And I kind of look back, a couple of times in a week to see if it's getting close. And if it's getting close, then I'll set it. And that's kind of pretty much the rotation every week.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, so I can't wait to hear more about it because,
It's
we,
coming.
yeah, it's coming, and that's why I say I can't
It's
wait to hear more
coming.
about it because it sounds like a great thing. And that's pretty much it. Now we will be ending the night kind of early because it ain't really fun if everybody from the gang ain't here because I'm only so funny.
So you gonna do me and Sequester like that? So me and Sequester, we're not fun.
I
We're
mean,
not
I
fun,
ain't
Sequester.
see. This is why we have to say see, Nicole takes everything. Anybody said anything sequestered. Nobody said nothing. I mean, Nicole took it upon herself to feel like, you know what I mean. But I tell you, it's perfectly. I'm sorry that you feel like I don't feel like you. What you call it? I mean, you know what I'm saying.
It's fine.
I mean,
It's fine.
I just, I
It's
don't know.
fine.
I'm glad we fine. And I just play. I love you too, Miss Nicole. I do. You know what I mean? So you have a wonderful weekend, and you week, and we gonna get everything going, and get everything situated. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely know that Miss Nicole, you are a wonderful person to enjoy the weekend with. All right. So we kicking off this weekend. Y'all going back to work this week, John Nicole?
Yes. But listen, we counting down to Thanksgiving break.
Y'all counting down the Thanksgiving break. What is that about?
So the next, your kids will be home with you for another couple of days. The question: does your kids are they off for a week for Thanksgiving?
No.
Okay, yeah. Some school districts they don't take the whole entire week off. But
Mm,
thank God my school.
Yeah, no, they're not going to do that. Well,
mm,
they do these cleaning days, so they are off. If they're not off for the whole day, they're off for half a day every week.
mm.
Oh, okay.
So there won't be like a long extended because they have so much time to make back up.
Oh wow. Oh well, look, we around here counting these 180 days. As long as these children receive 180 days, we.
See that ain't. But
We
see
used to
that's
factor.
messed up though. That's really messed up.
What?
Because as
What's
a
messed
teacher,
up, Mr. Franco?
but as a teacher, you're counting down the days instead of worrying about trying to teach the children.
Oh no, I
Y'all,
love educating
the
the
teachers like,
children.
yeah, 180 days, they gone, they gone, they gone. The parents like, man, they got but 180 days, and they back, they back, they back. Oh man,
Well, y'all should have
both of
seen
y'all fighting each
how
other.
we were waving, how we was waving on Thursday.
The
The
parent
bus.
fighting the
See you
teachers.
Monday.
The parent fighting the teacher because the teacher trying to send the kids home. The kids trying to, man, this is messed up. And the other parents made y'all look. I wish y'all the best. I hope my child don't be at school causing nobody no headache.
You know your children are not doing that. But you know, y'all know
Shit,
my
I'm just,
passion is
man.
definitely there. I
Shit.
love what I do.
Even you when you was a child, you was a baby's kid when you got away from your family. When you got away from your mom and
No,
dad,
I was not.
was you an angel?
I was a good child.
See, that's the people right there that tell the lie. Right there, you was the good
I was.
child. You was the
Do I
good.
need to call my mom? I was excellent.
Your mama gonna see. Watch out now. Watch out there now. I promise you that lightning bolt gonna knock you out because you keep sitting there telling that lie.
The only
All
thing that
right,
I
now
did that
look,
was listen.
listen. It's time to get off the phone because see, you finna start to listen. It's Sunday. There's no reason for you to be telling stories after church. You done went to 6 services and and watched 3 of them online. Listen, don't start lying.
Franco,
Don't
how many
start lying.
services did I go to?
6 services and 3 of them online. You know. So listen, trust me. Don't
I did
start
at
that.
church.
Listen, everybody has some sin in them. You can't. We're not gonna go there tonight. We just gonna
Listen. I didn't even make it to church today because this
see. And
fall
then you
back.
finna sit here and tell us. Now I know why you finna tell a story.
I wasn't about to
You
tell
gonna
y'all
tell
no
a little
story, but
white lie, wasn't you?
I didn't make it to church. This fall back is very difficult for me, so I
You
have a
just gonna
hard
tell
time
a little white
adjusting.
lie.
You said a white lie?
Yeah, a little white lie. That was. Well, I didn't really lie. I just, don't blame it on the fallback. The fall. How old you? 41? 40?
42.
42? The fallback been having 42 years. You can't tell me that you ain't got used to it by now.
Franco, it's difficult because it makes me lazy. Like I just could not get myself up. Like I watch TV all day.
Mm-hmm.
I was chilling in the bed
Well,
all
like I
day.
said, the fallback been going on 42 years. It ain't just started this year. I can see if you was newborn, your sleep might be off. You might stay up a little bit at night, but you an experienced woman.
I know I am experienced. However, I do know that Sequester, does the fallback give you a hard time?
Yeah, it was rough getting up, but I pushed
Franco.
through. I had to push through. I needed
Girl,
church. Church is a jump start from a week, so I need to get there for my jump start.
You said what now?
Church is a jump start for the week, and I try to press my way there, even if I'm late.
Good job, Sequester.
I'm proud of you because I was so angry with myself.
Good job.
I'm not gonna lie, now, it was tough. I sat up. I sat up for a while, just looking around. It was hard.
Yeah. But
so is your church in person?
What are you doing?
Is your church in person?
It's both. I can watch it from online, but it's different when you're in there.
It's different. I have to be at church, but my cousin's wedding was last night, and we didn't get home to like after midnight, and his wedding was almost I felt like we could have been driving to South Carolina because it was in Swanee. And
But you blame it
after
on the
having to drive a whole
fallback.
hour,
But you just try to
what you
blame
say,
it on the
Franco?
fallback. You was falling back them shots of looking. That what it was.
I
she was
was not because I had to drive everybody home.
she was falling back. What y'all had? Champagne. What y'all had? Some.
No, my cousin actually had an open bar,
Y'all had some.
and if I was back in my drinking days, I would have probably just been slizzard.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm gonna leave that. We gonna leave that to them, man. But hey, we
but
gonna leave that to them.
I've been reborn, so
Hey. But you ain't man, so you just blamed it on that. Listen, I'm finna go. Nah, but that's the show tonight, man. Them guys, man, they down there fishing. I hope I get some fresh fish when they come back. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I get some fresh fish, cause yeah, I gotta get some, cause they done went fishing and they done caught all them fish. I hope they safe coming back in, cause it was supposed to be rain. It was real windy down there, so they was like, that's why they didn't get a chance to get on, because the service bad where they at. So we'll see what's going on. Send a shout out to them, Stacy and Sam. Y'all have fun down there, man. Until next week, man. Sequester and Miss Tubner.
oh, look at you getting my last name right.
Hey, that's the hardest name in the world to say.
It is so easy.
Man, but it's real hard. So I don't know why it's so hard, but it is. So all is well. But y'all have a wonderful night.
All
And
right.
y'all take it easy, and we gonna be good to go.
All right. You
We'll see
too.
Thank
y'all next
See you
you.
week.
later. All
All
right.
right, bye.
Bye.
Mm. I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us here at Next Play Investors. This week was a little bit different than normal, because the guys that it was on a trip. Usually everybody checks in, and actually we still do the show no matter what, because that's the commitment we got to being able to help the people in our community and group to be able to always know that they can count on us to be here every Sunday. We every Sunday consistent here to talk about investing, business, real estate, stock, and every more infinite banking and everything else up under the sun of investing, financial literacy, and just being able to talk about it for free amongst a group of your peers. We want to ask you to join us every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on Facebook Live. You can actually catch us on YouTube and Instagram as well. So we put replays up all through the week, and definitely go out and take a look at some of it. If you want to be on the show, you definitely join the group and share it with a friend, and see the information that's been passed down for the whole journey that we keep going. We definitely going to be doing some bigger shows and different things soon, dropping a couple of new products, but definitely join the group, listen in and see what's going on for the week. Check out some of the technical analysis that you can learn how to do, and make sure you ready to actually kind of learn more about investing. I want to thank you for coming out and joining us. Catch you next Sunday. And hope to see y'all in it. Hopes to see some new faces in the group and with new questions and everything else. Y'all have a wonderful night, and this is all we out.